WCB Podcast, your source for all things Chicago Blackhawks and everything hockey. With your host, Jarom and Tanner. Let's do it. Jarom and Tanner.
All right, it's another edition of the WCB Podcast. It's Jarom, it's Tanner. What's up, bud?
Nothing. New year, new team.
Yeah,
homie.
happy New Year, Tanner.
Yeah, happy New Year to you too.
But no, yeah, nothing positive yet in Chicago Blackhawk land, but that's okay. And it's getting more okay by the day it goes as the World Juniors continue to play, and you get to see what they're doing this for.
Yeah.
And by God, it's worth it. Holy shit. We will get to that though here momentarily. Last time we recorded, we talked about previewing St. Louis, Columbus, and San Jose Sharks coming up. That's on the schedule, and those 3 games have been played. And what did we get? We got 3 more losses. First up was in St. Louis against St. Louis, right? Was it in St. Louis? I don't even remember at this point. Yeah. And you had the St. Louis Blues coming in on a 3-game losing streak. The Blackhawks coming in on a 2-game losing streak at this point. You had Stalak.
Yeah, maybe.
You had Stalak. You got Binnington. It was all set up for just an epic battle of proportions here. At least if it was a goalie fight, it would have been awesome. But no.
Yeah, right.
Kind of a letdown.
Yeah, I think ever since what was it, Berube, their coach, came out and said like he just needs to fucking make saves, like cool down and make saves. Like he hasn't really had any antics since then. So I guess he actually listened to him. I wonder if there's more maybe behind the scenes of just like, hey, knock it the fuck off or you're gonna sit.
100%. 100%. There's no way you can't call him out like that in public and not just be like 10 times worse in the locker room, like going off on him, because it's fucking stupid. It's just like another situation in Vancouver, and we will talk about that when we get to the NHL talk. But it's like just these idiotic players, like just fucking play the game and don't be a prick.
Well, if you're not winning, then it's even worse. Yeah. Like, God, if you're being a dick because you're winning, it's like, all right, well, I mean, he's still fucking winning games. I don't give a shit about what he does, but like, if you're being a dick and you're losing, and your coach is going to be like, knock it the fuck off. You look like an idiot.
Yeah. Hawks lost this one 3-1. The one good thing about it was Connor found the net again. That was what, his first goal, and was that the one that snapped the streak? No, that was before it.
No, he scored against Columbus.
Yeah, you're right. I'm already like
the previous week.
God, I'm like getting all these games mixed up. You lose a lot of hockey. They all turn this like one giant game.
Yeah, it's been good though, because I mean, it's a couple goals in a few games. You know, like it's
waking
right now. Oh, okay, yeah. So like as of right now, in the last 5 games, he has 3 goals, and before that, he had like 4.
No goals in 8 games. He had 4 going into that drought.
The first Columbus win, or the only Columbus win, the 5-2 game. But yeah, especially since like his shooting percentage is going up. It was at 2 like a couple of weeks ago when I checked, and now it's at 5.3. So it's gotta. I mean, his average is 11. Like maybe. I mean, I can't. Fuck. What is it? Something about the mean. I can't remember what the fucking saying is, but like, it always comes back, and so. Who knows? Maybe he fucking goes on a tear. And right now, or like January, February would be a great time to like start getting lots of points, because then teams are like, oh shit, like start licking their chops, and they're like, okay, here's a couple firsts.
He can do that with that bullshit team around him. Let's go.
Yeah.
Now I'm starting to remember this game, because this is the one that's the lock. Played fucking phenomenal and just got fucked over on 2 really bad bounces. The first one, Jack Johnson goes to make a pass, it bounces off the ref's skate, goes right to, was it Levo or somebody and
No,
Levo scored.
Levo was sitting in front of the net. The puck went off the ref to someone else, and it was just like a easy little like, oh, you're wide open. Yeah. Because the other defenseman had taken off behind the net to catch the pass, and that's when it kicked out.
Yeah, that's what it was. But yeah, that was just a bad break there. And then the second goal, don't know what the hell Boris was thinking of. Just throws it like backhand blindly up the middle.
Yeah,
like perfect
across the middle of the fucking defensive zone.
Like Jesus,
Callie Rosen fucking has all day. That was a brutal pass. I don't even know, like, I mean, the Hawks passing has just been absolute shit. But like even to just assume that you'd be making that pass completely fine, that was like ridiculous. And then Brandon Saad just scored a fucking empty netter. So it really wasn't that bad.
It's like making that
was so good.
Yeah, just making that blind. What you're saying, like, what gives you the confidence to make that pass? But it's like there was nobody.
There was someone over there. It was like Colin Blackwell, but the pass was not in
the direction where the pass went to. Like,
oh yeah, no,
the actual pass went
turned. He was turned the other way. Like he was curling basically towards the boards, and Boris, like, for some reason thought he was gonna be curling up ice. And the puck was nowhere fucking near him.
He finally gets up, and he's played 21. See, this is like, I don't believe this is a real person. He's played 21 games this year, and this is the first time I've noticed him on there because he fucked up.
Well, usually he doesn't have the puck. Most of the time he's chasing the guy with the puck and like hitting guys in the corner and like, doing many off puck things.
Yeah, like I never know he's out there, but that's interesting. Yeah, Hawks put a 22 shots on goal. St. Louis 29. Like we said, Stalock stopped 26 of 28. Playing phenomenal hockey. Like I know we talked about it last episode, but it's like I really like Stalock. Like I really enjoyed his style of play and just the passion he brings to it.
He's a wild man. And I don't know if it was this game, but I don't know if you realized, like, on Instagram, like, when they're like, oh, save of the year candidate, there's literally at least once a week one of the Blackhawks goalies are posted on there because they face so many high danger scoring chances, and like they're bound to just make like a nasty save like pretty much every other game. And I'm pretty sure he had something during this one, but I don't know if it was that game or if it was even him or Mrazek, but
I think I know what you're talking about.
It was the one where they're reaching back with the paddle. Was that Columbus?
Columbus when he like kind of like tossed the stick a little bit.
Yeah,
it was on Goudreau, I think. Is when it was.
That's why it's like so upsetting to like go and look at actual like on paper stats for our goalies, because it does not justify how well they played this year so far.
It's so unfair for them to like have to justify like, oh no, I'm not a crappy goalie. Like, oh no, your numbers, but it's like, no, watch the game and
that's
watch
the good thing with like the advanced stats, like the goal saved above average and everything like that. Like, I don't know if that really if those reflected as well, because like if you watch the game, the fucking eye test is like, goddamn, like they're doing great. But if you're not watching the game and you're just looking at those, like I said, like online stats, like it's not going to look as good.
It's like even the games that the Hawks are getting blown out in, it's like it's not even on them. It's like what else? It's like what else do you want them to do? It's like, what was it? The first Mighty Ducks movie, the first game that they play with Bombay coaching, and Goldberg's in net, and they're just keep giving up like 3-on-0s, and he's like, "Oh no, just take the net," and like he gets out of the net and just gives it to him. Like that's essentially what they're dealing with at this point. It's just like, it's like, okay, cool. I'm getting fucking bombarded here. I got no support from my D. My forwards can't put the fucking puck in the net. His like, what else am I supposed to do? I can't do everything, and
they can barely possess the puck in the offensive zone.
Like I feel bad for Mrazek. Like I know he's seen better days and all that, and it's like, yeah, he's not, but he's fucking trying out there, man. Especially at that Carolina game, he played his fucking heart out. Like he set career highs in saves and save percentage. Like it's unreal.
Not save percentage, but I know what you're saying. Saves and shots against.
No, I think it was save percentage. I think it was the highest like save percentage he had.
I'm sure he's had a shootout or a shutout.
Yeah, you're right. What I read was misinformed. Then. Sorry.
Yeah, they I think I understand what you're trying to say though. But fuck, man. Whatever. St. Louis. I would like to beat them, but I also don't really care as much because as long as they are still on the outside looking in on the playoffs, I think that's going to be good.
But and here's the thing too, it's like you kind of want them to be flirting with playoff contention because it's a weird way to look at it, but they are competition when it comes to the trade deadline as well. Like with Ryan O'Reilly and Tarasenko, teams are going to call the Hawks. Oh, that's a little too much for us. We can get those two guys for a lot cheaper. It's like that is another thing too. So it's like you don't want them to have that capability to move those guys and potentially, screw the Hawks over on any potential haul they can get for Taser Kane.
Yeah. But then when you look at it too, like let's say there's 3 to 4 teams looking for like a Tarasenko Kane type player.
Yeah.
And Tarasenko goes first or something like that. Like that just set the market for what Kane's going to do. And then now it's like, okay, one of those teams fulfilled a role that like a hole that they needed. And so now there's like maybe 3 teams that need to go after Kaner. And so now it's like, fuck, man, like
bid war.
We want to make this push. Like it's going to have to be a little bit more than we wanted now. Like who knows?
Damned if you do, damned if you don't, I guess, in the situation. Like you either
right?
get screwed by St. Louis or you're going to get help by St. Louis. And
yeah. I think it's better that they're like the fact that they're both injured at this moment though too.
Yeah.
Like I mean, obviously like you don't want people to get hurt, but like market wise, them being injured going into February is much better for the Hawks in the trade front. Like so
see, but now how you say that about them setting the market, I kind of want them to get traded now first. Then you got like urgency.
I mean, as long as like if St. Louis gets hosed, then it's gonna be like, fuck. If Tarasenko goes for like 2 seconds, then it's like, all right, well then who's gonna really give up more than just 1 first for Kaner?
Yeah. And then the other thing that could really screw the Hawks over is if the team that picks up Tarasenko or O'Reilly are like one of the few teams that they would waive their no movement clause for. So it's like,
yeah, that's the other thing.
It's like the Rangers come in and pick up Tarasenko.
And they pick up Tarasenko. There's a Russian connection there.
Yeah, and it's like, all right,
Panarin and Tarasenko.
Oh, I don't want to go to Carolina. I don't want to go to Boston. So I guess I'm staying here, not waiving. Then it's like the Hawks
should just go to Carolina then. God damn.
What's that?
So I said he should just go to Carolina. It would be like a guaranteed fucking cup.
They allegedly had talked about like kicking the tire. I don't know how legit that is, but there's like rumors that they're kicking the tires. And I think that would be as fucking awesome as that would be with Kane on that team. I just don't know how they make it work.
Can.
I don't know, because you got to think though too. It's like you got to figure out how to fit then Kane's contract, which regardless, 50% of Kane's contract at least. We'll just say that unless you get another team involved. But then you get to figure Pacioretty's contract's coming back into the books. Then Frederick Anderson, that's another $4 million there.
Yeah, they have a lot of cap, like trade deadline cap space.
But does that change though if Patch comes off?
Their deadline cap space right now is like over $7 million.
But that's what I was trying to figure out the other day. I was looking at, does that change though if a player comes off of IR? Or does that just
maybe?
like
I mean, we'll see soon. We'll see pretty soon actually, because isn't Pacioretty about to be on his way back?
I think so. Last I heard, it was like, could be within the next couple weeks, potentially February for sure.
He's skating. He
started skating like mid-December, I think.
Dude, Pacioretty's such a prick too. He's the guy that they're gonna get that like teams are gonna fucking hate to play against, and he's gonna piss off a lot of players, and then that's gonna just leave a lot of open ice for like Svechnikov and like Teravainen and Aho, and like god damn, the team is gonna be stacked. I don't know, like the other thing too is like Martin Netchus is having a great season, so like he's the one of the youngest ones on that like top 6, and I'm sure like if Kaner came, like he'd get bumped down. But I mean, if you're Carolina, you're like, hey, bud, you're gonna spend a good career here. Like we're going for it. Like on the third line and fucking score.
Let's get you that cup experience, and then you can be fucking thirsty for another one.
Right. Goddamn. Oh, I wonder what they would trade. Would they trade Seth Jarvis?
See, yeah, that's the other thing I was kind of looking at. Like, what exactly? And I was even looking at it's like they don't have like crazy bad contracts. So you can't even be
Jarvis in a first, or like Jack Drury in a first. I don't even know if Jack Drury is like that, like attractive as a prospect. He's 21. 23 games in the NHL with 4 points. I mean, I just think that like if Keener really wanted another cup, like that's like probably the perfect team to go to.
That's the best.
I honestly think that they would be able to fit him. They have their first round pick this year.
They have like all their picks.
I mean, yeah, they're pretty set.
The only one they don't have is their third round. Everything else they have their own plus.
They have Phillies for third.
Phillies third, fifth, and our sixth this year. Then they have Phillies second next year.
Oh, it's the Tony DeAngelo. What is the conditions? Oh, okay. Oh, that's pretty neat. They have Phillies pick currently in the third round because it's the lowest of Philadelphia, Florida, or the Rangers' third round pick from the 2023 draft. And right now, Phillies is the lowest. I get so confused sometimes with like when we talk like in the draft, like the highest or the lowest, because like if I'm thinking highest, typically I just think like first overall, but really that's like the low. Is that like the lowest pick though? Because it is number one.
It's a low number. Is that how they like this? They break it up by?
Well, yeah, because Philly's like not above Florida or the Rangers. So like that's why it's currently like Philly's pick, unless it's just not. I don't know. Unless it's just not like changed until like it's all set in stone. But
I saw somebody do a draft lottery simulator, and in one try, Florida Panthers won the first overall. And they don't even get it because it goes to Montreal because they traded all of their picks unprotected.
Yeah.
They didn't protect any of them. Fucking Stan Bowman running those teams now? Jesus Christ. Why would you not learn from like fucking the Colorado Ottawa trade back in the day? Like shouldn't McCarr be on Ottawa? Wasn't that the draft? That they
yes, but they kept they should have given up the previous pick, which would have been Brady Tkachuk. They decided to keep the Tkachuk pick and give him the next year's draft pick, and that ended up being Cale Makar.
They fucked up big time on that one.
I mean, Joe Sakic looks like a genius. So.
Oh no, I'm not saying Colorado fucked up. I'm saying Ottawa.
Right.
All right, so after that game, St. Louis back on the recap here real quick. Hawks go to Columbus for a Christmas Eve, New Year's Eve game, daytime game, which was thank you NHL schedulers for not ruining everybody's Christmas or New Year's Eve by having this be a late night game. It was battle of two very bad teams. Columbus came into this one on a 7-game losing streak, and he thought, hey, end 2022 on a good note, get another win. Yeah, okay. Started off good. Mathews picked up a goal early on. Did he score on Sunday too? Or that okay. Because Mathews and Lafferty and Dickinson, that line when they've been playing together, they've been looking pretty fucking good. I've been enjoying watching those guys play.
I mean, Lafferty and Dickinson are like balls to the wall, and then Mathews is just one speed, so like it works out. But yeah, Mathews, I think Oh, Lafferty scored against the Sharks, but I think it was like
They were all
it was an FSU like
yeah.
assist.
Yeah.
But yeah, and on that goal though, it was Isaac Phillips' first NHL point.
That's right. Yeah. Ooh, he's also been
So
playing
that's
very
pretty neat.
well since being called up again.
He's definitely had some times where it's like, okay, like clearly like rookie mistakes, but he's been getting plenty of ice time, and I think he's been doing pretty decent.
It's 15
Um,
minutes, just under 16 minutes this game.
yeah,
Yeah, but the Hawks score first halfway through, and then it was all Columbus with a power play goal, 2 shorthanded goals, and 1 even strength goal. This is also
Gustav Nyquist had 2 shorties.
one
I
was
didn't
an
even
empty net.
realize that.
Yeah, one was an empty net though.
Okay.
But
Jesus.
yeah, it's like we sit here and we talk about these games, and it's like I don't know what to say anymore that's any different. Like you can go back to any of our previous episodes and just change the team name, and it's like it's the same thing, and it's you can't even beat the shitty teams.
Yeah. And like our goalie plays well, but we barely possess the puck. We get outshot. We win faceoffs. We give the puck away and we hit teams. That's it. I'm surprised that the power play was fucking 0 for 5 though.
They just could not get anything going. I was like half watching this game because I was at the golf simulator, so it was like on in the background. So like every time I happened to look up, Columbus was scoring
On a
so
power play.
like, yeah, I'm like I'm done. I'm like I'm not watching anymore. Like, and then Noli was sitting there pissed off because he took the over. He's like 2 shitty teams is like they're gonna guarantee hit the over, and nope, not happened. But yeah, so that was the 4-1 loss. Finished out 2022 with a very familiar loss. And before we go into Sunday's game, the Hawks finished the year January 1st to December 31st, 87 games. They finished 25, 50, and 12 for 62 points. And if you did the draft lottery based on that, they'd have the second best odds at first overall pick. It's been a rough year, guys.
It will hopefully all be worth it.
Yeah, that's all I gotta say. Hopefully it'll be worth it. So then going into Sunday's game.
Hey, New Year's Day.
New Year's Day, fresh start, new year, new me. And you thought it was happening. Kane gets on the board again for his second goal in 3 games, third goal in 5 games. And what I don't think it's been overlooked, but if it has been, you really need to give props to Ian Mitchell on this goal because he did a fucking fantastic job keeping the puck in and making a nice little dish over to Kaner to give him like almost a little mini breakaway for this goal. Like that had to be a confidence booster for Mitchell, who's been health bombed. I think this is his first or second game back. He was like 3 straight games he wasn't playing. He's got that like weird purgatory position on this team where it's like he can't send down to Rockford because it's like it's not going to do him any good, but you're not giving him time to play in the NHL. It's like what do you do with him? And it's
kind of in that revolving door of like that 6th defenseman.
And it's like he's been taking Caleb Jones' spot in the roster, which I am happy about.
Like I think that the growing pains are still going to happen because, like, I mean, we've mentioned like previously, like a bunch, like defensemen just take longer. Like I don't think we should give up on Mitchell. I still think that he has plenty of upside. There's things that I see him do that I'm like that those are smart. Like you can see that he's thinking right. It's just not always executed correctly sometimes.
He's got good hockey IQ.
Yeah, but that was it, like you said, it was a good play. He kept the puck in the net or kept the puck in the zone, fed it to Kaner. Kaner recognized Kakkonen had a no stick because it had broken behind the net, and he just fucking like roofs it like top blocker. I was just like, oh, okay.
And I loved it too. Kane scores a goal, and he immediately looks at Mitchell and goes, "Nice fucking pass!" Like he acknowledged it right away. But yeah,
I'm sure he appreciates it because they fucking suck at passing. So like when a pass does connect, like
holy shit,
God. Yeah, right. Like, I feel like there's so many times like you'll see like a pass just like go completely wide, and then just the frustration on the team is just like, man, they cannot fucking make a pass.
He
And I
definitely
honestly like missed the next two goals because I was like feeding my son. Like I came back into the room and it was 2-1. I was like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah, well, I saw the next the next three goals. So yeah, we already talked about the Lafferty goal. It was just a nice play. Anthony C just blowing past all the Sharks on the ice and throwing it front to Lafferty.
But didn't he just throw it like backside and
Yeah.
like Lafferty just got a stick on it and he
Yep.
put his like whole body in behind it and just went off of him and in?
Yeah, 100%.
That's
Yeah.
the kind of shit that like that line can do, because all they're gonna do is just crash the net and fucking go balls out.
And that's what, as Eddie Olczyk would say, all you young hockey players out there, that's what you do. You go to the net with your stick down. Good things happen. Like I don't understand why that has been like a dying thing in hockey, but yeah, you don't have to. Not every goal has to be fucking fancy. And the Sharks next
Goal
two goals are a
scorers now.
perfect example of that.
Oh my god! I'm just now watching the fucking replay of that first goal that the Sharks scored. That was gross. Also, I'm upset they didn't wear their reverse retros. But whatever.
Yeah, the Hawks or the Sharks' first goal, Carlson puts the puck on net. It bounces between I think every single person's feet and stick in the ice, and just somehow finds its way to the back of the net. Significant milestone with that Carlson assist.
Milestone, you say?
Milestone. Hawks giving up a milestone to another player. Tanner, what was that milestone?
Yeah. Erik Karlsson sets the franchise record for point streak, 13 games. I always don't know how to say it really. It's like most games with a point, like the longest point streak sets the record for the longest point streak, I guess. It just fucking feels weird. But yeah, 13 games, which is weird because I honestly would have believed like Joe Thornton or Patty Marleau would have had like a longer point streak, but I guess not. But of course, Erik Karlsson having a fucking amazing year.
Finish this
sets
game.
a record.
Yeah, he would finish this game with another assist too. He had 40 assists already.
Just helping Hawks and helping players reach milestones with Ovechkin, Yossi, and Karlsson. Come on.
I love what you texted me. Like, God, hopefully the Hawks are building up good draft lottery karma right now.
Oh yeah, they're building up so much good karma. Like if you like, has Stamkos reached like 500 goals or something yet?
Let's see.
Because I swear to God, it will happen tonight if that's not the case. I'm not even kidding. It's going to fucking happen.
He's at 490.
Right now, the game is at 498. Bro, he's going to score fucking 2 goals tonight. The game just started. It's a minute and a half in. I fucking kid you not. There is going to be a milestone tonight.
As soon as we get done recording, I might have to clip this and just hurry up and post it on social media just so we have it out there. It's like, as a we said it or Tanner called it.
Yeah. Yep. That's happening. There's without a doubt that it is happening. That's hilarious. Okay. Well, congratulations, Steven Stamkos, on 500 goals. Anyway, back to San Jose.
So the last goal I saw, again, this goes just what you talked about earlier about the goalies just having bad fucking luck. Vlasic just goes to the net, puck bounces off his skate, goes in the net. It's just a weird bounce, all that. They reviewed it because it was initially called no goal for kicking.
Yeah. I mean, man, like, it doesn't get much closer than that, though.
It was, yeah, like I can see watching it, I'm like, okay, I can make an argument. I can see the argument for both of it. Because it looks like, honestly, what it looks like when he was going to stop, UC ice is so bad that he like hit a ridge and that like made his skate move a little bit.
Like skid a bit.
Yeah, and that's where I was like, okay, that's where I can see like you make the argument for it's kicking, but it's not like a clear kicking there. Like that's where I don't know. I knew the second though that one happened, it was game over. And then I actually left to go pick up dinner after that one, so I missed the rest of it. And then I saw they were down, and I was like, I'm not turning it back on.
Oh, I saw the Barabanov goal. Like he just decided to fucking waltz in and backhand it. He just walked through everybody.
His fucking headshot.
Yeah,
NHL's hilarious.
Yeah, he just put a backhander that just ended up going like between Mrazek's arm and body. Um, but it's the fact that like he caught the puck or he received the puck on the left side of the zone, like near the top of the circles, and was able to carry it across the middle and then like down near the bottom right circle and then get a backhanded shot off, which was like really weird that he was able to cut through our defensive zone like that without like anybody touching him.
Because it's like
And it wasn't like a power play or anything. It was just all right, just like let it happen.
That's my one complaint. I say it's not even a complaint because it's like the Hawks are hitting more. They're out hitting teams. It's like that's why I'm like baffled whenever I see the stats and the Hawks have more hits than whoever they're playing. It's because they don't look like they don't play that physical game. Like what you're saying right there. It's like nobody steps up and takes the body. Like it's like their hits are coming against the boards. Like they play the puck when it comes up the middle instead of playing the body. And then it's like against the boards, they're playing the body. It's just doesn't make sense to me, but whatever.
Yeah, I mean, and then like the Meyer goal was just off a shot. Mrazek thought he still had it. Meyer was all by himself and just pulled it out from underneath his leg and ends up fucking just burying it because no one's in front of the net with him for some reason.
Why would anybody be in front of him?
I mean, what I don't know. I don't even remember the Svechnikov goal. Oh yeah, rebounder, great. Just another one where like the defensemen weren't communicating or just not in the right position because he comes from the corner and is able to catch the rebound. That's like actually was like a save that was going towards the corner, just ended up getting right on his stick and he just had it wide open net. But man, either way, Hawks win in the face off. Like another one. Out hit the other team. They also give the puck away like crazy because they can't fucking make a pass. But god damn it, Erik Karlsson's a beauty.
So Erik Karlsson gets one of the 3 stars, obviously.
Yeah. Eddie Kane gets another one because he got
2 goals.
I don't know. Stalock had like a really good 2 games.
Oh, and there it is.
It's tough when there's like literally no one fucking scoring. Isaac Phillips had an assist, his first point.
Oh my god, the Hawks have a goalie with a defenseman with a power play goal.
Nice.
It's the first one in like legitimately 3 seasons.
That's pretty good. Oh, it's Seth Jones. That's funny.
Is it Seth Jones?
Yeah. Way to go, Seth.
Oh yeah, who would you say for the 3rd star? Sorry, I got distracted by Potes.
I was saying either Stalock or Isaac Phillips who got his first NHL point.
Let's go with the kid.
Right? I mean, there's not much. Athanasiou had 2 points with the one nice assist and the goal.
You want to do EK?
Fuck, man, like
let's do EK first because it's a milestone, and we're gonna try to dish more hockey karma out there.
Yeah, why not?
Keener 2nd and Isaac 3rd.
Yeah, first NHL point.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Good stuff. So the Hawks have another 3 games coming up between now and the next time we record. Right now, they're playing the Tampa Bay Lightning, who somehow they're up 1-0 on with a power play goal from Seth Jones. Legitimately, I don't even know. It was all last season they didn't have a defenseman with a power play goal. I don't know the season before. Like
I don't think they did.
Yeah, they've been struggling at that point. So we'll see how that one develops. Hopefully they just didn't wake in the beast and Stamkos goes and scores 3 goals to get 5-1.
He only needs 2.
Yeah. Then Friday at the United Center, the Arizona Coyotes are in town. Before I got nervous, like, oh, this is gonna be a game plan, that's gonna have a lot of implications on that draft spot. But Arizona's been playing some good hockey. I mean, not great hockey, but it's like for what they are expected to be doing, they're playing very good. It's that Mullet Arena life, man. They are 13, 17, and 5 right now. So
their last 10 games, they're 5-4-1
with a big one in Toronto.
Didn't they beat Boston too?
I think so. Yeah, that was the one that was fucked though. It was a weird like missed ice skin call or something like that. I don't know what it was, but and then on Sunday, January 8th, the Calgary Flames are in town, and this is a team that everybody kind of had penciled in as like a cup contender again, but they were struggling. But now they're finding their way. They're 18, 13, and 7. They are the third spot in the divisional playoff spot in the Pacific.
Yeah, it
And
must be
again,
nice to be in the Pacific where like you can fucking suck for a while and then and still be in a playoff spot.
it's just so
Yeah, they're
funny.
5-2-3 in their last 10. Hawks are 1-9. Not even an OT loss or anything.
Oh, the Hawks, yeah, the Hawks have lost 12 of their last 13. They're currently in a 4-game losing streak. I'm assuming it's going to go to 5 today. And then it's like you have
It's
a bunch
very
of
likely to
teams,
be 5, yeah.
you have a bunch of teams after Arizona. You have like a team that it's like they're borderline, they're like in a playoff position, they're borderline playoff position. They just need that spark to get going again. And it's like slip.
Hawks are right there.
That's yeah, licking their lips, seeing the Hawks on the schedule. You got Calgary, Colorado, Seattle. I mean, Buffalo is it's a stretch for them, but I mean they're not far off. Philly sucks. St. Louis, who knows what they're doing at that point. LA is in a playoff spot, right?
LA is the only playoff team right now with a minus goal differential.
It's hilarious.
They win a lot of close games, but they were getting smoked in their losses. So it's like really funny.
And then we get to see the shit show that is Vancouver. Oh, that's in Vancouver. That's a late game on a Tuesday. Damn it.
Yeah, it must suck to be Central Time.
Yeah, it does.
Also, I can guarantee you Colin Delia is going to play that game and get a fucking shutout.
Oh, 100%. Revenge game. And then they wrap up, yeah, against Calgary and Edmonton. So it's like, I only see one win, maybe two on the schedule coming up. Philly and Arizona. I mean,
We'll see.
but
We will see. They can go winless. I can see that happening.
I mean, I could see it too, 100%. Like, I don't.
I mean, especially like you never know. Like a trade could happen at any point this month as well. So like that could even just be more of a detriment to like their record.
You could tell me the Hawks are not going to win another game this season, and I'd believe you. I wouldn't be like, no, that's impossible. You know, they got this. No, I 100% believe you. They lose to the good teams, they lose to the bad teams. Like,
I feel like they would win at least one. Yeah, Anaheim. Anaheim on the 7th of February. That'll be a good one.
They better lose
OT
that game. They better lose that game.
Yeah. I don't know. It's like, go ahead, lose. I don't know. Win. It's fine. We're not going to all of a sudden make the playoffs or be out of last. But what a fun time.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know anymore.
Hawks hockey could be better. I mean, the future is bright. Speaking of the future, Connor Bedard, World Juniors.
God damn, this kid. We said it last week, but I'm repeating it. If you didn't believe the Connor Bedard hype, and you question, is it really worth doing this for a single player? Yeah.
Yeah, especially when kids setting records.
The kid set 5 records at the Worlds in 5 fucking games.
Pretty good.
Granted, some of them do have to do with like the last World Juniors too, because it's a whole tournament style kind of thing or tournament record, but still. Let's see, I had it up here.
There's single tournament records and just like career tournament records.
He has the most points in a single tournament. He has the most point in combined world junior games, a world junior career, I guess. 34 points in 14 games, by the way. That's all it took for him to beat the record, Eric Lindros's record. That's been held for how long? That's 20 plus years since Lindros was a world junior player.
Yeah,
most points in a single tournament with 20.
Oh yeah, I mean, way over 20 years, but like, I don't know. When was Lindros fucking drafted?
80s. I fucking dude, it's still crazy to think that it's now only 20 years ago. It was only 2000. Fuck.
He was drafted in 91, so it was 31 years ago.
Holy shit. God damn.
I don't know why I thought Lindros, like in my mind, I'm like Lindros, like 1999. but no,
He's on the cover of NHL 99.
Yeah, exactly. Fuck, man.
So single tournament points 21. He owns the Team Canada mark for most assists with 13. He passed Yammer Yager for most points by a player 18 or younger. He passed Jordan Eberle with most goals and in World Junior history or whatever for Team Canada.
15,
With 15. I think he's got like 60 now.
probably. I don't know.
And then he scores a fucking filthy overtime goal to send Canada to the semifinals. Holy shit, this kid goes. It wasn't like the end of his shift too. Like he was out there for solid 50 seconds, I think, at that point, and he goes and he just walks every single person for a nice little toe drag, then backhand drag tuck into the net to win it. Like,
Yeah.
this kid's fucking unreal. Like, it's not even
Did you see?
fair.
Did you see what he said about it? He's like, "Well, I had to do something because my shot wasn't going to go in because the goal. That kid was fucking standing on his head."
Oh yeah, what was like 58 shots or something?
Yeah, he had like 57 saves or some shit. Like in his tournament stats, his name is Adam Gagan or Gajan. He's committed to University of Minnesota Duluth. He was playing in the USHL and like the NAHL like this season actually. I read about it. He was like a third string like last minute call up. Ends up like getting to play and he put up a 9.36 and 2.4 goals against average at the tournament in 4 games. And like he obviously didn't have the support, but like he put like Canada on the brink in the fucking overtime, man. Like what needed to happen to beat him was an amazing fucking goal by Bedard. Like this kid was dialed in, and I'm sure he's past his draft year. I don't know if he would technically be able to be drafted this season, but I think he might just be like on everybody's free agency like kind of radar now. But that's pretty awesome for him.
Yeah, did you see? I think his name. I can't find his first name. His last name's Milik.
Mm-hmm.
On Team Canada, they're asking about Bedard's overtime winner, and he goes, "It's like just watching a kid press random buttons on NHL and just doing amazing things."
just tapping that LB or that L1 and just going stick. Oh, left, right. Yeah, it's fucking crazy.
And it's just
feels good.
Crazy. Everybody that it's like, not one single person has said, the hype isn't really living up to, like, it's all hype. He's playing it, whatever. It's like every NHL expert is saying he's ready to make the jump. You have players,
right.
Every single player on this Team Canada with him is saying this kid is doing stuff that I didn't even think is possible out there. Shane Wright just cannot stop talking about how quick his release is and how good of a shot this kid has. It's like he says it's one of the best shots he's ever seen. Like it's insane what this kid is doing already. And I don't know. I'm like, I want him so bad to be a Blackhawk. But regardless who he ends up with, it's gonna be fucking fun watching this kid play. It's like the same thing. It's like McDavid. It is so much fun watching McDavid play, and to see McDavid do his thing. It's just the next version of that.
It's gonna be fun. It's gonna the league is gonna be insane having him and McDavid, because like when Crosby came in and it was like him and Ovechkin, and then like 10 years later, like we get McDavid, who's like kind of like more of a Crosby type player. It's like, oh man, like I hope we don't have to wait every 10 years. Like, nope, we don't. This kid's already here. Like it's gonna happen. So we're gonna have like Crosby, McDavid, and Bedard all like in the league at the same time, which will probably be like the most crazy time to like watch hockey.
Is this, and it's crazy. It's like, is this gonna be more of what we're going to be seeing going forward, or is it just he's legitimately just this much better than players in
I'm sure the kids are just going to keep getting better and better. Like what do? You just emulate your game off of like the best players in the world, and as the best players in the world get better and they have more exposure on like how they got as good, like kids are going to be like, I want to be just like that. I need to do that or more. And it's going to be insane, the skill that like people are going to have.
Because it's like, you even look at like Fantilli, like he's not really doing great like in the juniors, but he's doing amazing at the college level. And it's like, it's like, yeah, he might not be Bedard level, but he's still doing crazy things. Like he is still so good. And it's just, God, it's so exciting. Like if you're not a hockey fan yet, now is the time to get into it. Like if you've had any interest in following the game, now is the time to get into it, because I think this is the best the game has ever been, and it's just getting better going on.
It's gonna be exciting. I can't wait. Can you imagine Kaner gets traded, gets re-signed over the summer just so he can play with Bedard on the first line?
Yeah, and you guys are all going fucking crazy with your theories about the Brinket coming back too.
Yeah.
So rebuild, huh? 1 year.
That's all we needed. It's all we needed, man.
Korchinski up here, Del Mastro up here, Nolan.
Yeah, sure. Why not? Nolan Allen.
Yeah. Speaking of, yeah.
So I was gonna say too, when we're talking about Bedard, there was in one of the games where they smoked the other team. Korchinski ended up scoring, and it was an assist from Bedard, and I was like, "Ooh, I can get used to a little Bedard to Korchinski on the power play."
Oh yeah.
Or maybe Korchinski to Bedard. Like that's cool. That sounds good to me.
Yeah, I was just gonna go over real quick the stats, like talking about prospects the Hawks actually have in our system, not who we're hoping to have.
Yeah,
it's just it's not impressive when you compare it to what Bedard's doing, but considering what Bedard's doing is so out of this world, these are still good numbers. I mean,
also the fact that like the second most points in the World Juniors right now is like 7.
Yeah.
and he has like 19. So
yeah, it's insane. But yeah, Nolan Allen has 1 goal, 1 assist for 2 points. Del Mastro has 2 assists. Korchinski has a goal and 3 assists. Colton Dock, 0 goals, 2 assists. But he actually
broke his shoulder.
Yeah, messed up his shoulder in the last round robin game. He is out for the remainder of the tournament. And that's just, it's unfortunate because it's just following his brother's footsteps there, like, which it's just fucking sucks, like with the luck that those two have.
A little like just nothing kind of play, and it's like, oh, he's hurt.
And it sucks too. Like watching the clip of him getting hurt and him going to the bench, you could hear him screaming in pain. Like it was like, fuck, like that is not a good sign at all. And it's like you feel for the kid. And then there's one other Blackhawk in this tournament. He is the captain for Team Sweden.
Yeah, Sternbjorg.
Sternbjorg. Glad you said it.
Sternborg.
I had no that little random J in the middle of the name there was throwing me off. I didn't know what to do with it.
Oh yeah.
But he's got
Sternbjorg.
He's got 1 goal, 1 assist for 2 points, and I think his 1 goal wasn't it the one that sent them to the semifinals.
It was a shorty that sent him to the semifinals.
So it's like that's another guy like I didn't even know about until it was like, oh yeah, the Blackhawks have him going to the World Juniors this year, and I was like, oh shit, and then he's fucking captain. Oh shit, okay,
right? He's captain. He's playing shorthanded minutes in overtime, and scores a fucking goal. And I was just like, oh, it just makes me think of like Marcus like Kruger 2.0. Like,
oh yeah,
the guy's on the penalty kill, and then ends up like just doing so good that he creates himself a scoring chance and then buries it. Like, yeah. All right, yep, that's fine with me.
Definitely excited. And what was it? The semifinals are tonight, aka like when this is posted. It's
yeah. It's like today during the day.
Yeah, Team USA versus Canada, which I'm a little bummed out. I was hoping that would be an opportunity to be the gold cup or the gold medal game.
Yeah.
And then it's what, Sweden and Slovakia or no, Czechia?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't have it up. I just paid attention to the USA and Canada, which is at like 6:30 Eastern, and I think the other one's maybe 3:30 Eastern. Then it's like 3 hours before.
And then the gold medal game is what, Friday?
Sure.
That I don't know, but yeah. So that is pretty much all I got for Hawks related news. You got anything?
Kyle Davidson had a baby. That was it.
That was so fucking. Your delivery on that was just so fucking funny to me.
Yeah, congratulations. You're a dad.
use that dash train to stronghold some big return hauls at the trade deadline.
Yeah, some good deals.
I have two things written down for NHL talk. First one,
Okay.
I'm gonna go with the easy one. Quick talk, real quick. Winter Classic happened on Monday. It was an awesome game. Good venue. I like the background that they had of the green monster in the background, but they're showing views from seats, and it's just baseball stadiums just suck for this type of game because it's like football's perfect because you put it right in the middle, and everybody around you can see it's good.
I mean, basketball is even more perfect. It's like it's inside though.
But yeah, that's why it's like I'm glad I went to the Notre Dame one and not the. I still wish I went to the Wrigley Field one, but I think going to Notre Dame, I was able to see a lot better than you would at a baseball stadium. But they also announced,
depending on where you sit.
Yeah, they also announced next year's Winter Classic will take place in Seattle, and it will be the Seattle Kraken versus the Vegas Golden Knights, two franchises that have waited so long to get
deserved.
Yeah, it's about time that these teams get recognition and acknowledgement and something special for their fans because it's just been so long that these two teams haven't had anything. But I'm super pumped about that one. I really hope that we get a cool Seattle Metropolitan jersey from inspired jersey at least. It'll be interesting because, like you said, I said before, it's like all the jerseys for the Classic are based on the history of the team, and it's not a lot of history for Vegas. So yeah,
Vegas is gonna have something fucking ugly that
glow in the
but
dark,
also kind of be cool at the same time. And
I hate that I like the reverse retro, like the whole glow in the dark thing. Like I know it's so corny and shit, but I like the look of the jersey, like the black and everything. That's cool. The glow in the dark thing is so corny about it, but it's Vegas. It's Vegas.
It's Vegas. That's the thing.
But,
yeah. I think it'll be really cool though. I'm glad that they're doing that. But yes, we get it. You want this to be a rivalry, cool.
Understand. Should have made a Vancouver versus Seattle. They really want the rivalry. And you know what? Who's probably pissed about that? They're not in it. JT Miller. He's probably slamming
Timothy.
This guy,
Timothy Miller.
I don't know what happened to him over the holiday break, but he is just pissing everybody off. Or he's
must have got some coal in his stocking because fuck, bud.
Holy
he is not having a good time.
Between yelling at Delia to get off the fucking ice and slashing his stick against the back of the net to trying
at Quinn Hughes to fucking pull up a little bit further in the fucking offensive zone faceoff,
slamming his stick on the ice again. And then the quote of the year from him is, I like to say my lack of production is a compliment to me not cheating the game and playing the right way. What
does that even mean?
The fuck are you talking about?
Does he think that cheaters score?
What?
Does he think Connor McDavid's out there cheating with skill? What the fuck is going on?
Yeah, Connor McDavid practices too much and he works on his speed and his hands and everything. I just don't understand what has happened to this guy. Like, I do not remember this guy being a head case like this.
I mean, look, you go back and look at the stats. He gets traded from Tampa. Tampa ends up winning two Stanley Cups right afterwards. He plays pretty decently in Vancouver, albeit throughout the pandemic. Has a great season last year, but Vancouver just misses the playoffs. Probably pretty hyped for the beginning of this year. Had a new deal, was a lot of trade talk, possibly happening. Signed a 7-year by $8 million. And then Vancouver goes on to set a record of most games in a row of losing when having a lead.
Oh yeah, blowing
and just probably the most frustrating fucking season that you can possibly have. I can understand why he's pissed, but fuck, bud. Everybody is looking at you as part of the issue and not part of the solution.
You're throwing a fucking fit in the middle of a game. It's not even in the locker room or on the bench. You're on the fucking ice. What are you doing?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just maybe he's just had it. And guess what? You got 7 more years of Vancouver hockey, baby.
Oh yeah, Noli was the one that sent it. It's like from Puck Empire. JT Miller has developed a reputation on the Canucks for being a prick. This is gotta be the fake account, no?
I don't know. Like his deal doesn't start till next year, so seven years. He's
No.
the only one that's on the team right now for 27-28.
I mean, the same thing too. Then it's like you got Bo Horvat, who they can't come to an agreement with on a contract with. Captain has the respect of the team and is a big locker room guy there. And now he's gonna probably be gone. You're gonna be stuck with this. So he's probably sitting there laughing, like, huh, you picked that over me. And it's like you were saying too early, it's like, yeah, but it's like on paper, you look at the point production that JT Miller was putting up last year. Yeah, you give him the contract, and it's like you also though got to take into account if you're a locker room cancer, man, you like no one's going to play. It doesn't matter how many points you put up. No one's going to fucking play with you if you are slamming your stick at people and yelling at people during the play. Like there's yelling and then there's fucking yelling, and this guy is fucking yelling.
Yeah, I'm wondering like Bo Horvat gets out, like are they still trying to move Brock Besser? Like does Elias Pettersson even be like, yeah, I'll stay?
He's the only one that they said they're not going to move.
Yeah, I
They
guess
said
he
everybody
has an
on
RFA at the end of his deal too.
Yeah, they said everybody on the team is up for grabs except for Pettersson. Although they said Quinn Hughes would also have to take a massive offer to grab him, but
ooh, you know what I was thinking I would like to do? And I mean, it's just in my brain. Just trade Seth Jones for Oliver Ekman-Larsson. Mainly just because his deal ends much sooner.
oh yeah, no. Is it what, 3 more years or something?
He goes until 26, 27. But it's just getting out of that deal sooner. And like technically, like Vancouver could probably use a right-handed defenseman to play alongside of Quinn Hughes.
Would you take?
I mean, Quinn Hughes and Seth Jones would be pretty fucking sick. Like, I don't know who's playing defense, but it's not bad.
Would you take JT Miller for Seth Jones?
Yeah, absolutely. 100%. JT Miller may be a dick, but he's fucking good. Like,
oh, his deal doesn't kick until
a
next
point
year.
shy of 100 last year. Like, he's fucking good. It's just
his deal doesn't kick until next year.
Yeah.
Oh, so he's got 8 more years. Did he sign an 8 or 7?
7. No, 7.
Oh, okay. I thought it was a 7 or 8 year deal he signed. Oh God, I was gonna say, fuck, you had 9 more years of this shit.
I would trade Seth Jones straight up for JT Miller. I'm fine with that. I don't care if he's a prick. He's fucking good.
What is he?
Yes. He's good.
His numbers are kind of down.
Yeah, this season. His numbers were up last season. His numbers were up the last 3 seasons.
And what makes you get any better on
his last year in Tampa, he had 47 points in 75 games. And then he put up 72 and 69, 46 and 53, and 99 and 80.
And you think he'd get better on this team?
Absolutely not. but he's cheaper.
Save $1.5 million to get Seth Jones off. Maybe what, for the same contract length too, though, right? Essentially.
Yes, because of the 7-year.
Yeah, because Seth Jones kicked in this year.
Yeah.
So I don't.
In his 4 years, or he's in his 4th season right now, but he's got 247 points in 238 games in Vancouver. It's good shit. It's solid point production. Plus, he's a +6. 167 penalty minutes.
I don't want him to think that he can berate Bedard the way he does Quinn Hughes and Delia, though.
Oh yeah. Plus, he fucking hits, man. He's got 465 hits in those games.
Jesus.
just in Vancouver. Yeah, he fucking hits, he blocks shots, he fucking scores goals. Like he's an all around good player.
Just a fucking idiot prick.
Yeah, I think he's just fucking pissed off that Vancouver sucks. Like, I don't know. I kind of agree. I just don't agree with the way that he's like displaying his emotions.
No, I 100% agree with that. I just said, like I said, though, it's like you don't fucking do it in the middle of the game during a shift.
Yeah.
You fucking wait, get to the bench or go to the locker room. Like, holy shit, bud. Calm yourself down. God. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, who scored for Tampa?
Oh, Patty Maroon.
Damn it.
Unless they scored another one.
No, it's 1-1.
There's plenty of time.
I was hoping
It's
that
the Hawks will also like end up giving up a goal within the last 2 minutes of the second period anyway.
they're out shooting Tampa right now 11-5.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Oh, Brian Elliott is playing. Cool.
Yeah.
Second time I got that right this year. Let's go. If you guys read my Hockey Buzz articles, you notice that when I pick projected starters, I am 99% wrong. So I'm very excited that I'm now 98% wrong.
Vancouver is not even doing like as bad as they started the season because they are really only 7 points out of a playoff spot right now.
That's what I said. Like the
like
positive,
a ton.
The thing that goes for them is like they're in the Pacific Division.
Yes, exactly. Like I said with fucking Calgary,
they're like two good weeks.
Must be nice.
They're like 2 good weeks of hockey away from being a playoff position.
Oh my god, they are. It's crazy. Seattle was just in second place like 2 weeks ago. Now they're in the first wild card spot. They also have
Edmonton
games in hand.
I didn't realize Edmonton was so far down.
How funny would it be if Edmonton and St. Louis finished third and fourth from the wild card, so they've missed the playoffs and have no chance of getting first? Except for, I think Edmonton will end up making the playoffs because Connor McDavid's like, okay, I am already doing so much. I guess I can do more.
Well, yeah, Draisaitl back from his.
Let him play defense too. Fuck.
I thought you were gonna say something else about Edmonton, and I'm like, that's not gonna be funny. I'm not gonna say it because I'm not gonna put it out in the universe. It's not fucking happening. And
for them to get first.
Yeah.
They would still not win.
Like Bedard, Draisaitl, and McDavid. Hey, we need a goal. Okay, the 3 of them out there, fuck off. Like,
yeah, but
fuck
for whatever
all the
reason,
way off.
They wouldn't be able to buy a save.
Like, that's what it's like. I think Edmonton is where goalies go to die. Don't. Jack Campbell.
Can you imagine the cap hit on that team for 4 players in like 4 years from now? With McDavid, Draisaitl, Darnell Nurse, and Connor Bedard, probably making $60 million between the 4 of them.
Did you see what Mathews' camp is looking at for his ascension?
Oh no.
8 years, $15 million per.
Nice. They're still not gonna win a fucking first round.
How was the cap going up 20 million or something? Like, we're just like, how the hell does he think he's gonna get? Unless he's doing that because he wants to leave Toronto.
Okay, listen to me now. Austin Mathews, Patrick Kane, Connor Bedard.
Just, can you imagine the Hawks drafting Bedard, and then is he a free agent this year or next year? Mathews.
Next year.
Okay.
His next year is his last season.
So he'll get to watch a year of Bedard. He'll get to watch a year of Bedard and Kane just tearing it up together, and he'll be like, I want in on that. And then he goes and he signs for a fucking discount because he's like, the idea of playing with Kane.
No. That's not how it is. No. Because Kaner signs. This is how it is. Kaner signs a 3-year deal so that when Bedard's deal is done, he can take the Patrick Kane deal of like 10 million. I mean, probably closer to like 14. Yeah. And then Kaner's like, I'm just in it to set records. I'll sign $1 million each year to like get it. Just the Joe
good old
Thornton
Joe
route.
Thornton, yeah.
Yeah. And then Austin Mathews is just like, hey guys, go ahead, join in. And you're like, wow, what a team. It's yeah, man.
McDavid
I
calls
honestly like
Mason up and is like,
like
find out
we always
how.
talk about like we always talk about Patty Kane like re-signing, but like Jonathan Toews, I mean, I know he wants to go win, but like also like could you see him wanting to re-sign and be on a team with like a Connor Bedard as well?
I think that there is a like I truly believe that they want to be here.
Yeah.
And
Like
I
he's
think
been more vocal about not wanting to go through a rebuild, but I feel like now that they've been
I
doing it and
yeah,
he kind of sees where it might be going, that he might be like, I'd prefer to just stay home in Chicago and play for that team and like possibly win another cup in like 4 to 5 years as I'm like on the exit and go out with a cup in Chicago.
yeah, I
That'd
feel
be
like
sick.
the Taves was vocal because it felt like at a time it was like Kyle Davidson just came into power really, and then all of a sudden, boom, 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 things are happening, and I don't think he got the full like conversation. Here's the roadmap. This is the game plan, and I think that's where he kind of got frustrated and vocal about it. But like you said, I think maybe now that the plan is laid out, it's like you don't see him talking about like, oh, yeah, this is frustrating, all this kind of stuff. It's like if he's talking about frustration, it's just because it sucks losing. Any competitive
Yeah.
person in the world's not gonna like winning regardless. But it's like I think he and Kane, it is so funny hearing you gulp. I can hear like the water moving in your
Oh,
bottom. It's so
because
funny.
I'm a thirsty boy.
But no, I think Kane and Taves understand more, and I think deep down they don't want to leave this organization. And I think really, if it was up to them, they wouldn't even get traded. I think being
Yeah.
a lifetime Hawk means a lot more than people give credit to. And I think, I mean, because it's like when you look at the greats in Blackhawk history, they're all lifetime Hawks. Like Stan Mikita, is like like he is the peak, the point, and of like what it means to be a Chicago Blackhawk. Like he is the point leader. He was the person he was on the ice and off the ice, and everything that he represented was Blackhawk hockey. And
Mm-hmm.
these guys hold that to heart, and they want to be like that, especially when you're that good of a player in Taves and Kane. It's like you want to get that to that level too, and you want to be. I mean, they're going to be remembered at that level, but it's like
Especially, I'm sure like early on in their career, they got to be around him a bit too.
yeah,
Like that's when they were like really bringing like the older like guys back
yeah,
and
that
like
first
kind of being
ambassador
like,
program.
hey, like these are like the older greats, and like now this team is coming up and becoming like really fucking good. Like these are the guys that like you're gonna be seeing with them. Like so it's something that they got to kind of grow into, and then now it's like their names are already up there with them.
Yeah, but who knows? I think at the end of the day, I think it's better for them to waive their no trade clause.
Mm-hmm.
And help the franchise out more. It's like I don't even know that. It's like, is it really going to help the franchise if they waive their no trade clause? Because you're pretty much, it's a gamble. I mean, regardless of what pick you get, first round, second round, third round, it's like it's a gamble. There's no guarantee that what you're getting from those guys is going to turn into what you're hoping it's going to turn into. And it's like, is that worth losing the experience and the leadership and the mentor power that those two guys have? It's like,
Yeah,
what? As I go back and
but
forth on
also
if it's good or bad to trade them.
well, it's also for them too. Like, is it worth it to like spend like the last couple months of a season, hopefully being on a team that makes it deep into the playoffs, like, and being away from home, and then going through like all of free agency and like hoping the Hawks knock on the door, like, even if that's the case, like, there's no guaranteeing that like the Hawks are going to be like, yeah, we want you back.
Yeah,
Like,
it's true. I
I
mean,
really hope that's the case. Like if like I guess that's just us as like fans being like, if we can possibly trade them, get assets and sign them again, is like the most perfect thing that can happen in the world.
Oh yeah.
But like there's a absolutely zero guarantee of that happening.
I don't I know it's talked about in our group text a lot about that, but it's like I don't say anything because everybody says I'm the downer, but it's like I kind of feel like if they're gone, if they move on, I don't think they're coming back. I think that if they get traded, Kyle Davidson is going with a full-blown rebuild, next generation, new talent. Let's bring it up and all this kind of stuff. Let's develop new players and then go on from there. I don't see him being eager to jump at Kane and Taves coming back. And I can't justify my feelings for that, like with the next, like any examples of like what he said in the past or do this. It's just one of those feelings with the way he's kind of moved players around. It's just, I don't know if I just can't see it. Like I don't feel as confident about it as you guys, I guess I should say. Like
Yeah.
I can honestly, I could see Kane going to New York for the rest of this year and then signing in Buffalo.
Yeah, that's true.
Like Buffalo's right on that team. It's like they might just be a couple players and a solid goalie away from being a legitimate team. And you think Kane's not going to bring that to his team and the idea of going home and bringing that team that's struggled for so many years back to legitimacy?
Yeah. What, like 17 years at this point?
Yeah, it's like we talk about like as like you said, perfect situation as fans, like, oh, they're gonna come right back kind of thing. But it's like you got to remember though, they're not Chicago kids. They've grew up and they became men in Chicago. But at the end of the day, came from Buffalo. Hayes is Winnipeg. Same thing with DeBrincat. I see if there's an opportunity, Stevie Yzerman offers DeBrincat something, or there's a trade for DeBrincat to go to Detroit. Yeah, he's gonna fucking jump at that because he grew up a Detroit Red Wings fan. Like it's just there's so much more to it than just what the Hawk fan wants, kind of thing.
DeBrincat coming back is so much less likely than like Kaner coming back though, because like if you spend the last 15 years in the Hawks uniform, you've grown a family here, like
right,
you've got so many roots and like you've set records and you could possibly be the all-time franchise leader in points. Like there's so much that attracts you to like wanting to do like stay for that versus like DeBrincat who's like I liked playing with Kane.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's that's why it's like I can see the argument for them coming back and wanting to come back, but it's like bigger picture. You gotta look at the bigger picture. You can't just look at this. It's like the Blackhawk fandom. Here, there's the camera there. The Blackhawk fandom versus everything else in the world and everything that involves the certain player. And it's like, I mean, I can see arguments for both sides, and that's why it sucks. It really sucks because I want these guys to retire as Blackhawks, but it's like, it's cool because you don't see that anymore. You don't see players spending entire careers with one franchise. It's very rare at this point. I mean, we're getting a good haul of it right now with like Stamkos, Crosby, Ovechkin, and all that kind of stuff. But it's like Malkin, but it's not common.
Yeah, I mean, if the team was more relevant, like they would clearly be here, but that's not the case. And just to wrap up what we were talking about, JT Miller, man, he's been losing it on the ice there.
Why is it we got to say probably some of the best Blackhawk talk in NHL Talk? What the fuck?
I don't know. It just tangents off so much, but I was like, what were we talking about? I was like, yeah, JT Miller. Like, that's right. It's funny stuff.
Oh, but all right, you got anything else?
I don't think so.
All right, episode 207.
Congratulations, Steven Stamkos on 500 goals.
Is it still 1-1?
Still 1-1.
Okay. All right, so episode 2.
Jacob Vrana on waivers.
Yeah, Vrana on waivers. Oh, Pavelski signed
maybe
another contract.
Oh, Pavelski. Yep.
Yeah,
3.5 with like $2 million in signing in bonuses if he plays 10 and 30 games.
Oh, Ovechkin scored another hat trick the other day. So he's at 6 now, I think.
Yeah, so actually I wanted to bring that up because I think if he does not score another goal for the entire season, he has the opportunity next year to not only set the all-time goal record, but he could set the most goals in a season record in the exact same fucking game. Isn't that insane? I mean, it's not going to happen, clearly. So the all-time goal record of whatever, 894, is that what it is? And the single season goal record of 92. So he could literally break both records in one game if he were to not score another goal right now.
I see what you're saying.
So like he would be hitting like 895 at goal number like 89 or something like that. If he had it on the season. I just thought that was a really interesting thing.
I mean, never gonna happen, but it'd be fucking awesome.
Oh, absolutely not. But that'd be fucking crazy cool. Can you imagine breaking two insane records in one game?
If you found out there was collusion among the NHL goalies to help Ovechkin get it, would you care?
Yeah.
You would care?
Because he's not Canadian. No, I wouldn't give a shit. I think all the Canadians are gonna really hate it. There's plenty of Canadians that already hate the fact that like he's got a chance of breaking it and he's not Canadian. That he's Russian.
The Ukrainian Canadian Parliament or whatever is trying to get Toronto or Canada to ban his visa.
Not let Ovechkin play in Canada.
That's fucking ridiculous. I mean, I understand what they're saying and the reasoning, but it's like at the same time, it's like I don't want to get political here. I don't want to talk about that kind of shit. But it's stupid, man.
Yes, it is.
But you know what? Fine. You know what? Ban him from coming to Canadian games. So it's gonna make it even sweeter when he goes and he still breaks the record because you wouldn't allow him in your stupid country, Canada. Fuck you, Canada. Nerds.
Nerds.
All right. Episode 207. Tanner, what do you want to call it?
Oh God. I don't know. Fuck me. I don't know.
New Year, same team.
MilestoneMania. Fucking Hawks.
Yeah. All right. So
why not?
Episode 207. Make sure to subscribe to us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, 5-star review on Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. That's the other one that you do that on. Subscribe to the YouTube. I already said that. Social media at WCB Podcast. And yeah, we will see you on the next one.
All right. Love boys. Bye.
Thanks for listening to the WCB Podcast. Be sure to subscribe wherever you heard this podcast. To connect with Jarom and Tanner, check out the boys at WCB Podcast on all social media. We'll see you next time.